Hello, we are Wildfire Awareness Initiative, and in today's webinar, we are going over a problem that is commonly overlooked until the very last minute, wildfires. But first, here's a little introduction about us. We are a certified 501c3 nonprofit with a team of about 15 high schoolers in the Bay Area with the mission to spread awareness on various impacts of wildfires on the environment and economy. But most importantly, we want to prepare the community for anything wildfire related. We have recently become a certified 501c3 nonprofit. Some of our other accomplishments include presenting for Boy Scouts, working with our school, and working with the Santa Clara Youth Commission on their Sustainable Tech Convention. We also work with the local fire department on disaster kits and webinars, and also presenting at city events. Additionally, we organized a fundraiser through Panda Express, sent cahoots to elementary schools, and most importantly, reached 2,000 followers on our Instagram. As for our upcoming projects, we will continue volunteering, presenting, creating webinars, a video, and our new project, an app.
But enough about us. Now on to the real problem, wildfires. 2 million acres burned in 2021 alone, in California alone. But how big is 2 million acres? To be exact, 2.5 million acres are equal to 2 million football fields, or 3.2 Rhode Islands. But what's causing so much land to be burned? Humans, that's pretty much it. Whether it be vehicles, electrical power, campfires, smoking, or even undetermined causes, bottom line, such severe and frequent wildfires are all because of us, meaning that we can collectively take steps to change this. In the past 10 years, California has seen 10 of its worst wildfires in history. In other words, the problem is not getting better. It's just getting worse. And it's connected back to climate change. All the greenhouse gases we collectively emit cause higher temperatures, meaning more frequent droughts and less water for plants. And dry vegetation provides the perfect fuel for wildfires to spark and spread really fast. We see the effect of fast-spreading wildfires just in Lake Tahoe. August of last year, Lake Tahoe had its worst fire, the Caldor Fire. It wasn't just the worst wildfire in Lake Tahoe, but it had the worst air quality in the whole world. At an AQI of over 600 and destroying 500 homes and nearly 2,000 acres, the Caldor Fire damaged a lot more vegetation, which could take decades to repair.
The impacts of wildfires aren't just on tourist attractions like Lake Tahoe, but they expand more onto the environment where they change the vegetation and drive many wildlife species to extinction, reducing biodiversity. And many of the natural resources, such as water, soil, and air, are polluted. And that also hurts humans as they lose lots of local heritage, creating high restoration costs that many communities just cannot afford. And beyond that, it also hurts humans in terms of the economy and health, where many farmers' crops and livelihoods are completely destroyed, and they again cannot afford restoration costs. And regarding health, many people with respiratory infections are put at risk, and wildfires also create areas that are prone to disasters. And as for minorities, we see that Black, Hispanic, and Native American communities are 6 times more likely to live in wildfire-prone areas. And this is because these communities lack the resources to evacuate safely. And language barriers make it hard for relief workers to pass on the information and resources these communities desperately need. And now on to how we can help prevention and preparing. So we see that there's current detection technology being developed that is using AI, satellite imagery, and ground cameras to help predict the wildfires as early as firefighters can. And as for what an individual can do, you can make your own home fireproof. And this pretty much involves removing any dead plant matter, trimming trees, and trimming grass to make sure that no emergency paths are blocked and that there's no fuel laying around your house for a wildfire to spark. And as for disaster bags, in the case that a wildfire does happen and you have to evacuate, check ready.gov for a full list, but these are the basic items everyone needs in their disaster bag. And make sure to, with your disaster bag, to store canned food in a dry place and replace expired items and rethink your needs every year. This is just to make sure that your disaster bag doesn't become old, outdated, and is always ready in the case of an evacuation. And most importantly, during the wildfire season or if wildfires are sparking nearby, you really need to stay alerted. And this involves listening to the radio, checking social media, and possibly, if you're living in the Santa Clara County, applying for receiving updates on the alertsec.org website. And more importantly, during the case of evacuation, only if you do have time should you prepare your home and move all the patio furniture inside. But most importantly, you should not dilly-dally and leave as soon as possible. And that is our presentation on wildfires. And thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask or reach out to us on Instagram or Gmail at wayforchange, gmail.com.